Great, yeah.
You were supposed to have this fight a few months ago, kind of pushed to now. You had another one as a replacement back then, but sort of what's the process like for you when you were preparing for this guy before, and now you have to go back to it again for a few months later?
Better, I got more time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they changed the opponent, should know this. I really don't make much strategy, I kind of look at the fights in a week, a week before the fight, and I don't make much strategy way before camp. I don't do like one guy only. I don't have. It's good because I don't come from a specific background like jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. I started MMA, so I'm pretty well rounded, So when change your opponent like that, it's not a big deal. But training for Cutelaba, I've been training for a while for this guy, so I'm excited to get there.
Have you always been like that? Just like you said, looking at somebody like about a week before the fight. Is that how you prepared your whole career?
Yes. I think that's how I've been. It's my strategy because things is your opponent can always change, and like that's why guys don't get a short notice fight. And pretty much most of the guys that I thought Cordians was short notice, was 2 weeks. I was preparing to a completely different guy, but I don't take their loss as because I was preparing for Latifi and this happens. I take the loss as a loss. I don't have no excuses because I was doing my thing. I think in a way they should be worried about me, not worried about them.
It's been a little bit of an up and down stretch for you the past few years, but now you do have a chance to put a streak together again. Can you talk a little bit about sort of the motivation in your camp right now leading into this, knowing that, hey, now's, you're going to be 40 later this year, right? Now's a chance to put together a winning streak. Maybe this is the last chance for a run at a title, right?
Yeah, just keep training, keep fighting me. I love this, and I'm not worried about it too much, and that prospect. I'm not, like I live it fight by fight, and yes, I wanted to win this fight, of course, and I'm going to win this fight, and it's a chance to get that. I don't like the ups and downs. It never happened in my career before, I got a few hiccups here and there with for 18 fights in a row. I lost to John Jones, and I lost 2 fights in a row, but got back in a winning streak, and now lately it's been like this, winning and losing, winning. I need to get back there and get focused on that line of winning.
I saw you brought Elton, the Bowman Cunningham, into training camp. What was it like sparring with that guy?
Yeah, he's a great guy, a great kid. I met him in LFA. He's an incredible knockout artist and great striker. And he called me and said, "Hey, Glover, if you need a guy, man, I'll be your guy." So I called him right away and say, "Hey, let's do this, man. Come down." And I was very glad that he comes. He helped me a lot out, and he's an amazing person, amazing guy. He has a bright future in front of him.
Talk a little bit about what Cutelaba brings to the table, what his skill set is, and some of the things you identified, even if you were just looking at it for a week or so.
Cutelaba, I watched Cutelaba for quite a while. I see him fight like, every I watch most of UFC, especially the light heavyweights. I'm always watching those guys. I'm not like sit home and study fights that much, That's not my style, but I know who he is. I knew who he is before I was gonna fight him. I watch his fights before, and I know he's aggressive striker. He come aggressive, a little wild, and I got my plans for him. He's a young guy that he got a lot to work on, and I see a lot of holes in his game, but. He's been out for like a year now. He's been out. Who knows what he's gonna bring to the table? But that's why I'm not concerned about watching a guy, especially young guys like that, watching his old fights and prepare specific for that. Because it's been a year They've been training. He can change. He can bring a different thing to the table, and I'm ready for that.
At this point of your career, where do you see yourself right now? And do you project how long you want to keep fighting till, or is it just you don't worry about that?
See myself right here in Florida, getting ready for this fight on Saturday night, man. And I'm very, very happy, very prepared, and I'm not concerned too much about the future.
How do you see the division, Glover? Right now with John being back, is the path to the title open? How do you see the division?
I love it. I love the division, man. The light heavyweight has been always like, it's been very few times the light heavyweight was an exciting division. Light heavyweight has been like, if you talk about it, it's been maybe because I am the light heavyweight, but it's been one of the most exciting division in sport. We have the best of all time as a champion. We have Cormier that was a champion before, and the light heavyweight has always been like that. He's been a great tough guys, Gustafsson, Johnny Walker's coming up, Marreta, those guys. It's amazing to see. I love it. I love it to be in that mix, and I love it to be, and I was in the mix for a while, and I want to get back in the mix of the top 10 division and be like recognized, top 10 in the world, and just be with the guys. And like I say, I love my job, man. I love this, and I love to be in the mix with one of the best in the world.